everyone, welcome to my updated what's in my car tour, or just car tour, whatever you want to call it. So basically I did one when I first got my car, but I've done some things to the outside, like I just made the rims black instead of the stock aluminum that or like the chrome, whatever it came with. It was just a requested video for me to do an updated one, even though not much has changed. I kind of wasn't happy with my first car tour because it didn't, like, I feel like it was rushed, you know, like I didn't take my time with it kind of. So I am trying to do an updated one right now. So we're gonna go ahead and first take a look around the outside of my car so I can show you what I've done, and then I'll bring you guys into the interior. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so it's been a minute since I've like gotten a real wash, so excuse if it's a little dirty, but basically I just made the rims black since the last time I've gotten my car on camera for you guys. So there's the back like usual. Ooh, there's someone walking around. That's awkward. Well, I used to have like a little box, like an emergency kit, but I don't have that anymore, and I just have this thing on top, so I'll go ahead and close it. And walking around the car, you can see there's someone in the back, but this is the outside of the car, and you guys, I love my car. So this is just a little 360 of the outside. I'm so happy that I made these wheels black. I feel like it makes the car look so much meaner, and I couldn't be happier. So let's go ahead and get inside. So I already have the car running because I'm a little warm, but basically, when you first get in, obviously this is a steering wheel. It's like a usual steering wheel. I've just got some controls over here that like control this. And like for my speedometer, I can change it between this one or I can go to this one. I usually leave it on this one because I kind of like the way it looks better. But then, you know, you can like scroll down. And there's different things that it'll show you, like miles per gallon and whatnot. So yeah, there's all that. Then I have like the tachometer over here, my fuel gauge, and the engine temperature. And then over here I just have my windshield wiper stock, my rear wiper, and also like turn signals, so stuff like that. My car also, one thing that I really like about it, it has rain sensing wipers. So basically I leave my wipers on, and like this adjusts the sensitivity, so when it starts raining, they will go off by themselves. My thing also has like shift paddles here, like if you want to change the gears yourself for like a sportiness. This is also your cruise control. Over here there's nothing really special, just my light controls, the emergency brake. I really don't have this like much over here. This is where I usually put all my garbage, like my Starbucks straws and receipts and stuff like that. Then I just have my little umbrella. This is the memory seats, so that way if I ever, like, anyone else drives my car, I can get my seat back right to where I want it. Then I just have my Germ-X down here because I've had that for a long time, and I always need this because I am like a germ freak. So moving on over here, obviously I've got my Starbucks that's almost gone. I've got my phone, and then these are just my keys for the car. This is what the key looks like for the car. It's just basically this little key fob and unlock, lock. That's to release and close the trunk. And this is the remote start button, and then panic. I don't know if you guys know this, but my car is push button start. So you basically just put your foot on the brake and you can start the car. And yeah, I don't know if that's really interesting. This is my Bath & Body Works scent portable, and in there right now I think I have mahogany teak wood, but I need to buy a new one because it is not so strong anymore. Then up here I just have my rubber mat, which I used to set my camera on so it doesn't slide around as I'm driving. And sometimes if I'm not using it for my camera, I'll just put other things up there like my phone or keys because they like stick to it. If you have an issue like with storage in your car, I highly recommend it because it's like only $4 on Amazon. And let me just get this. Then this is just like a little cross I have for my car that hangs above the mirror, or on the mirror, to keep me safe as I drive. And then up here I just have controls to like my sunroof. These are like the garage door openers, and this is the sunshade, along with these buttons for the lights, and like that's to open up the trunk. These are other lights, like reading lights. And my car does have the panoramic sunroof, which I am absolutely in love with. Best option of my car, I think. And like this is just like a sunglass holder. Below that is my touchscreen. There's really nothing interesting about this. You can just go from your radio to like your Bluetooth media. My car does have heated seats, cooled seats, and a heated steering wheel, which I love for the winter. There's like a button here for the backup camera if you like need to look, but I really don't need that right now. I can also click, there's also apps for this car, like you can do certain things, there's like Pandora and stuff like that, and other things like that that I really don't ever use. There's also Wi-Fi in my car if you need it. This is just the climate control button, so you can just control other things from here, because down here there really isn't too many buttons to control like the direction and stuff like that, so you have to use the touch screen for that, which I don't mind. Then I just have navigation, which is a lifesaver because it is like better than Google Maps and everything, so obviously that shows my location. So there's that, and then I've got my phone button, which just lets you dial calls if you want and whatnot. Nothing really interesting. Then down here I just have my usual buttons. This is like for the volume. This button will turn the screen off if you don't want it on, but I never do that. Your four-way hazards. Back, this is to tune. Nothing really interesting, like I've said, just your climate controls. And down here, this button turns off your parking sensors, which I don't know why you'd want to turn that off, but if you want to turn it off, you can do that. This shuts off the automatic start-stop, so basically every time I come to a complete stop, my car shuts the engine off to save gas, which I actually really like. Then the eco off button is basically the car is always in eco mode, so if you want to turn the eco off, you can do that. There's also the sport mode button, which does turn both of them off. And then that is your traction control. In my glove box, there's really nothing important in there besides like wet wipes, and then I have all my registration and stuff, so I don't need to really show you guys that. I mean, there's nothing interesting in there. I also have some napkins. There's nothing over there on that side. Moving on towards my storage and everything. This is the shifter, which I already showed you guys my drinks and stuff, but I didn't explain this. This is my shifter, so basically you put the car, or put your foot on the brake and you can like put it into reverse. That brings the camera up, and then also it has sensors on the back, and basically if you get too close to something and you don't stop, the car will automatically brake for you, which I like really like, because that's a good feature just to have to save your ass if you ever need to. I mean, so you don't accidentally hit anything or any person. So we'll go ahead and back and park. This has to be my favorite feature of the car. So basically, this is like the terrain select. I think that's what it's called. So if you want, you can change it into sand, snow, mud, or rock. There's also four-wheel drive low and then hill descent control. I've never used any of these. I've only used it in snow mode when we had that bad winter here in Michigan. But basically, once you turn it, it just does these things. And then up here, it'll like show like you're in sand or snow. Auto. There's also mud. And to rock, you have to shift into four-wheel drive low, which I have no idea what that means, so we'll go ahead and leave it at that. And then for my storage console, there's like two compartments. So basically, the first compartment you open with the small button. This is just my change. I have my life-saving Burt's Bees chapstick. This is my favorite chapstick of all time. It's just the original flavor. And I love it, so if anyone's looking for some good chapstick, I know Burt's Bees is kind of expensive, but I love it, so I think it's worth it. Then you open up the big button, and boy, oh boy, is there a lot in here. So I have a microfiber cloth. I have this jar full of change that I just put in there that I will eventually take to a Coinstar machine to get some money. I've got this vintage black, obviously I got it from Marshall's for $6.99, but it's almost out. But this is like a good little cologne thing I have just before, if I'm running out of the house. I can spray on myself real fast. I have my typical Calvin Klein 1 lotion, and then I just got another bunch of garbage in here, like headphones for the gym, ibuprofen, receipts, gum, pens, nothing exciting. I don't know if you guys can see all that, but basically garbage that no one would be interested in looking at. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my messy ass stuff and just put it all back down there and not even care how it looks right now, because you know what? It is what it is. So there's nothing really in the back seats, but I'll go ahead and show you guys anyways. Ooh, I just got static shock. So I just had this box that I use as like a tripod kind of, because I don't want to buy a tripod. Then I just have some Target bags, and these are my back seats, and there's literally nothing back here. The only thing that's kind of cool is my car has like a house plug back here that you can use for things, and it also has heated seats and 2 USB ports, so I think that is very neat. And then there's just these mat pockets. My back seats also recline with this button, which is really nice, that a lot of people have told me they like about my car, so yeah. Well guys, that basically concludes my car tour. I hope you guys all liked it. It was a little bit better, I think, than my first one I filmed. I wasn't really happy with the way my first one came out, so I'm much happier with this one. I just felt like my last one was a little bit rushed, and I just wanted to show everyone that I got my new car as soon as I got it. So hopefully this one's a little bit better. I hope you guys like this one. Yeah, there's not really much else to say. Be sure to drop a like down below if you liked it. Also comment down below anything you want, I guess. I mean, if you have a car, comment what kind of car you want down, or what kind of car you have down below, or if you have a dream car, or you're gonna get a certain car, why not chat down below? Let me know. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, be sure to drop a like and also hit the subscribe button if you're new to join the family. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!